All right, good morning, grade twos. Welcome to another lesson. This morning we're having an English lesson and we're looking at comprehension. We're going to look at a very nice passage about a chicken called Mrs. Woo. She's called Mrs. Who? Called Mrs. Who? Yes. What does Woo mean? What does Woo mean? Yes, you are laughing there. Talbeth, what does Woo mean? Talbeth?
Chicken.
Yes.
Chicken.
Yes, chicken. This is a Shona word, isn't it? Chicken, woo, woo. Isn't it? Right. So we're going to find out later on what is going to happen and why she is called Mrs. Woo Woo. All right. There are some words which we are going to meet in our story. So first of all, before we read the story, we are going to look at these words. You are going to read them and we're going to help each other to explain these words. The first one says farm.
Farm.
Yes, what is a farm? What?
That stays animals.
Yes, very correct. In a farm, we find animals. Like which one, Mufaro? Which animal?
Like a cow, a pig,
Yes.
a chicken, and the sheep, and the goats,
Right.
and the
Thank you,
goose, and
Mufaro.
the duck.
Right, thank you. What about you, Talbeth? Which animals can you find on a farm?
Yes, teacher. A cow, a goat, a sheep, a chicken, duck, pig.
Right, thank you. So let's move on. So we know how to read and to spell that.
Teacher.
Farm. So we find lots of animals like chickens, dogs, cows, all right?
Donkeys.
Chickens. Right, I've got another word.
Donkeys.
Yes. Look at this one. Who can try and read this word?
Look.
What does it say?
Look.
It says,
Look.
right. It says clack. It says clack. Yes, what does that word mean? Clack. Ever heard of that word?
Clack.
What does it mean, clack? Right. This is the sound that a chicken makes. We say that a chicken clacks. A dog barks. Okay? A chicken clacks. Yes. Yes, like that. Now we are doing it. Clack, 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 clack. All right? Yes, very good there, Jeremy. So, dog will bark, a hen will clack. Right. Thank you. What about this word now? You can read that one.
Oh.
Can you try, Albert?
Straw.
Right. Straw. What is a straw? What is a straw? Where would you find a straw, or what would you use a straw for? Yes, Mufaro?
We use a straw like to drink juice.
Yes, that is very correct.
Oh,
Mufaro,
you eat food.
Mufaro is saying that if you are drinking, maybe you've got a nice Coke, a nice Fanta, or you can pour it in a glass, or you can drink it straight from the bottle and you can put a straw. Then you can be sipping your nice cold juice. All right. So that is another meaning for the word straw. Then there's that other straw which we can use to make hats. All right. Is that okay?
Yes.
You can even find it in stables. Yes. All right, that is also straw. So birds, hens, they can use straws to make their homes when they're making a nest. All right, I've got another one here, a bit of a long word.
Farmhouse.
Yes, very correct. Farmhouse. What is a farmhouse?
It's like a farm.
It's like a?
It's a farm in the house.
Right.
It's a farm in the house.
Remember, we talked about a farm and we said, welcome, Imani. You are most welcome to our lesson. We've already started. We are looking at some words, Imani. We are now looking at the word farmhouse. So we've already talked about a farm, and we said on a farm, we find animals like goats, sheep, cattle, and donkeys. And we also find a house where the farmer and his wife and his children will be staying, and we call it a farmhouse. All right? So when we are reading our
Yes.
story, we are also going to hear about a farmhouse where Mrs. Wuku is staying. All right. Our lesson, Imani, it is for English. We're having comprehension, and we're talking about a hen called Mrs. Wuku. And we said Wuku, it's a Shona word for hen or a chicken. All right. Right. You don't have to write it down yet, Imani. Right. Let's read the next word. What is
Yes.
very good. What is a nest?
It's for it is something that stays big.
Yes, very good.
It's made out of grass pieces.
Very good. So a nest, it is a home for birds. A bird is not going to live in the house or in a kennel or in a pigsty, but a bird will stay in a nest. If the bird has got young ones, they'll be in the nest. Then she'll bring food for them, and the bird can make the nest using straw, using twigs, using grass. All right? Then the last word for today is this one. And what does this word say? Can you see the word? What does it say? Right, very good. That word says hedge. Right, that word says hedge. What does it mean? What can hatch? What will hatch? Yes, Talbeth?
A bird egg or a chicken egg will hatch.
Right, a chick will hatch. All right, from the eggshell, it will hatch as it is coming out. When you say the chick is coming out of the egg, the correct word that we use is say hatch. The chick will hatch from the shell. Right. So I've got a few questions again here for you. Who likes eggs? Who likes eggs? Raise your hand if you like eggs or you had eggs for breakfast. Do you like eggs, Talbeth?
Yeah.
They are nice, isn't it? Where do we get them from?
Yes.
Where do we get eggs from?
That cheap or you buy them.
We just go and buy the eggs from the shops. Yes, we can go to the shops, we can get
From
eggs. But where are
chicken.
they getting them from?
From chicken.
Right, they're getting them from chickens. They are hens that lay eggs. All right? You can buy them as small chicks and you feed them until they mature. Then they can give us eggs. Every day they'll be laying eggs. All right? And how do you like your eggs? You said you had eggs for breakfast. How do you like your eggs?
You can cook them and then you eat bread with them.
Wow. How do you cook them, Mufaro? Mufaro,
If you take one piece of egg and then you break it and put it in the cup.
yes.
If you want an egg, then you mix it in. You can take some water and put in the pot. Also you can put eggs, and
right.
when they boil, you eat them.
You are so clever. I can see that you know how to make eggs. So you can have your egg boiled. If you like a boiled egg, you can boil it, or you can fry it, or you can scramble it. All right. So there are so many ways which we can cook eggs. And sometimes when we are baking, we also need eggs. Does mommy bake? When she's baking, she'll add some eggs so that the scones are nice and fluffy, or that she's making cake so that it comes out nice and fluffy. Then the last question, where do chicks come from? Where do chicks come from? The young ones. Where are they coming from, Imani? The chicks. They're nice and yellowish, they're small. You can even hold them in your hand. Where are they coming from, those
They
chicks?
come from bigger hens.
From bigger hens? Or, Faro, where do chicks come from?
The chicken comes from eggs.
Right.
From eggs. Egg is stove.
Mufaro is saying, yes, we can get eggs from stores. That is very correct. You can go to a supermarket and you can buy a tray of eggs or a dozen of eggs from the supermarket. All right. If you go and visit in the rural areas, there you find that they've got the hens, the traditional hens, and those ones they will lay eggs almost every single day, maybe one egg a day, and you can pick those eggs. Or sometimes you can leave those eggs and the hen will sit on those eggs, and after a few weeks chicks will hatch from those eggs. That's where we get our chicks from. Yes, Kyle?
We ate meat for hen.
Really? Wow, that was wonderful. So right now, I want you to listen to this story. Remember, we said our story is about Mrs. Wuku. And we said Wuku means a chicken. It means a hen, isn't it? That's why we've been talking about eggs and chicks, because we want to hear what happened to Mrs. Wuku. If you remember a long time ago, animals could talk. They could talk just like we are talking. They could say things, they could do things just like what we are also doing. So this is a story about Mrs. Wuku. It is as if she can also talk like us. All right. So you have to listen to the story. Then after that, we are going to answer questions about the story. All right. And I'm going to send you the story again. We're not going to finish it, but I will send you the other part, which you are going to read and answer more questions. All right. I hope you are ready. No moving up and down. All right. So Mrs. Wuku and her eggs. Mrs. Wuku made a nice nest inside the Wuku house. She made it from straw with soft grass inside. I want to lay 6 eggs, she clacked to herself. Then I will sit on them until they hatch. I would like 3 girl chicks and 3 boy chicks. Mrs. Manata was in the kitchen of the farmhouse. I will bake a cake for Mr. Manata's birthday. I have flour, sugar, and butter, but no eggs, she said. I must go to the Wuku house and get some eggs. Did you hear that? There is Mrs. Wuku.
Yes.
Yes, I want you to have a look at her. I hope you can see her. Can you see her?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, there she is. She has made a nest so that she is comfortable with the little chicks that she's going to have. She has looked for straws, she has looked for twigs and grass, and she has made a nice fine nest there, and she has put it in the Wuku house. All right? Is that okay?
Yes.
Is that okay? Right. So I'm going to ask you a question. I'm not going to read the story twice. I hope you've been listening. I've been talking a lot, right? Mrs. Wuku, this is the question. Mrs. Wuku made a nice dash inside the Wuku house. What did she make? What did she make? Yes, Imani? Imani?
Mrs. Wuku made a nice nest in the Wuku house.
Very good. She made a nice nest. What did she use to make the nest? What did Mrs. Wuku use? Give me one. Grass.
Warm grass.
What else did she use?
Warm grass.
Very good. Grass. Yes, Imani?
Twigs.
Yes, very good. Use some twigs, Mufaro.
No.
Yes, she also used some straw so that she could make a nice farmhouse. How many eggs did Mrs. Wuku want to lay? How many eggs? Yes, Talbeth?
Are you there?
Yes, I was there. Sorry about that. All right, it was just network. Sorry. Right, others are still joining in now. Let's just give them a second, like Kyle. Right, so we're still answering questions, and I asked you how many eggs did Mrs. Wuku want to lay? She said how many, Talbot? Yes, very correct. She said she wanted to lay 6 eggs. And number 4 says, I would like 3 girl dash and 3 boy dash. She said 3 girl what?
Let's wait for it.
Right, I am so sorry once more. Sorry about that. All right. Right. So, whose birthday was it? Who was having a birthday?
Please,
Is it Wuku? It's not Mrs. Wuku. Someone else was having a birthday. That's why Mrs. Manatsa said she wants to bake a cake. She was baking the cake for who?
Mr. Manatsa had a birthday.
Correct. So she needed some eggs. That's why she wanted to go and get those 6 eggs that Mrs. Wuku had laid. All right. So I am going to send you work in your Google Classroom, and I'm going to send you the last part of that story so that you find out what happened. Did Mrs. Manasa manage to get the eggs? What did Mrs. Wuku do about those 6 eggs which she had laid? Because I don't think she wanted anyone to take those eggs and eat. She wanted chips.
Yeah.
So we're going to find out later what happened, all right? So I am going to see you tomorrow. Check in your Google Classroom. There's a comprehension puzzle and some questions to answer. So bye-bye. I'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, Jeremy. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Talbot. Bye-bye, Unati. Bye-bye, Khabo. Bye.